Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of The Gift of Giving. My name is Stephen Murray, and I'm the host of this show. And I'd like to thank you, the viewers, for tuning in. If you're tuning in for the first time, this program features nonprofits, 501c3s, and foundations based here in the state of Nevada. However, if you are listening from out of state, please stay tuned, especially if you are a senior, because if you're a senior, this program might appeal to you no matter where you live in the United States. There are chapters that participate. So I'd like to welcome to our program today Liz Palmer. You're the treasurer of Silver State Games, and
Yes.
this program is specifically designed for senior citizens.
Mm-hmm.
So could you please give us a brief overview of the Nevada organization and when it was founded?
Well, it'd be my pleasure. The Silver State Games is Nevada's largest senior-oriented sports organization. We were established in 1980 as the Nevada Senior Games. Since then, we've adopted a DBA of the Silver State Games, and the reason we did that is because we wanted to emphasize how we're not just for seniors. We used to be for people 50 years old and older, but now some of our sports are open to 40 years old and older.
Okay.
Yeah, and we were established in 1980, as I mentioned. We are a nonprofit, a 501c3, a member of the National Senior Games Association, and every fall we sponsor almost 20 different team and individual sports competitions where any level of athlete can participate. You don't have to be a gold medal athlete. We have recreational weekend type of athletes, all the way up to people who actually, we've even had some former Olympians compete in our games.
Oh, good grief.
Yes.
How neat is that?
Mm-hmm. Very.
I've just mentioned some of the games you had this year, and I guess you change them periodically, but some of them you had this year. You had badminton, basketball, bowling, cornhole, cycling, dancing. And in dancing, it's not just ballroom dance. You've got belly dancing, Latino, pop, all kinds.
Any genre they wish to dance.
Shuttleball, you've got softball, swimming, table tennis, track and field, volleyball, weightlifting. That's just some of them. So yes, you do have a huge variety of sports and entertaining things there for seniors and people 40 years and over. How did you hear about the organization and what made you join?
Well, I moved from Los Angeles to Las Vegas in 2016, and I retired. And I told my husband that I wanted to, with all my new time from being retired, I wanted to make new friends and become more connected to my community. Now, what I first did was I joined Special Olympics Nevada as a volunteer track and field coach. And that was very, very rewarding. I stayed with them until maybe just a couple years ago. And after, when I was coaching and I would meet other parents and, I would be leading warm-ups and the workouts for the athletes. And they would say, you look like you're pretty good at this track and field thing. And I said, well, yeah, it's something I participate in. And they said, how can I get involved? And I remember thinking, seniors like to compete as well. Sure. And that's when I realized that, well, I had competed in the senior games in the past. So I thought, I want to look into maybe helping them out, becoming part of their organization. And in 2019, I applied for the vacant executive director position, and I was named their new executive director.
Oh, congratulations.
Yes, that was 2019 through 2023.
Okay. Now, you're also part of a national organization, and that is, what's the national organization called?
The National Senior Games Association, and they were also established, I believe, 1985. And every state has an official state representative. We are the ones for Nevada, and people can qualify for the national games in even-numbered years at the state level, so they can compete at the national games in odd-numbered years. Now, you don't have to compete at the state games and then go on to the national games. You can compete to advance, or you can just compete to stay at the state level and have fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
So we're now in 2026, and so now's the time for people to sign up.
Yes.
And Okay, we'll give out for those of you who are tuned in and listening from out of state, their website is www.nsga.com.
Yes.
Or they can email nsga@nsga.org, and they're based in Florida. That's correct?
Yes, yes.
But they don't necessarily have to sign in to their own state.
No, because at the Silver State Games, we are open to in-state and out-of-state athletes. In fact, approximately 30 to 40% of our athletes every fall come from out of state.
As many as that?
As many as that.
Where do they come from?
California,
mainly.
Arizona, New Mexico, those are the most popular state, Utah as
Yes.
well, because they're surrounding,
Yes.
you know. But we've had people from, oh gosh, Virginia, the Dakotas, Florida.
Really?
We've even had international athletes from Barbados.
Wow.
Yes,
How amazing is that?
that was great.
Boy, you've really got a solid organization here. That's amazing. Now, let's talk about some of the sports activities. I was looking at the dancing, and as I said, you have belly dancing there. And now, do you teach these people if they want to just come and learn how to belly dance? Can they do that? Or if they just want to learn how to ballroom dance and do the waltz?
No, we do
No?
not teach. We only have the competitions. But if someone was interested in learning how to dance in the, for example, I would suggest that they contact our dance sports coordinator, and her contact information is on our website, and she could hook you up with dance clubs and dance organizations, but we ourselves are only
Don't do that.
competition. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, does that apply to any of your other things like weightlifting? If somebody says, I need to
Mhm.
go to a gym or something, would they reach out to the weightlifting coordinator that would refer them to somewhere?
If they had no other resources, we
Okay.
could try to hook them up. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
But that is not our primary focus.
Okay. Now, can people just sign up for sports events without having to go? I think you alluded to that earlier.
Yes.
They don't necessarily have to go to the national.
Correct.
They can just stay,
Uh-huh.
and you have, and then yours just entertainment for the year and just the exercise, or do you have state competitions that they can participate?
Well, we are a competitive sponsor of competitive opportunities. Yes, we sponsor sports competitions. So we have a track meet. That's my sport, track and field. So I
Okay,
could tell you
good.
all about that one. But track meet, a swim meet, pickleball competition, singles and doubles. The dance, as you alluded to, dance is any genre, but the dancers are scored against themselves, what the judges believe could be their ideal, on a scale of, I believe, 1 to 10, on different categories such as presentation, costume, entertainment factor, technical ability. But they're not scored against each other because it would be pretty hard to, compare a belly dance versus a ballroom dance versus a gymnastics dance.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, some of these events, well, again, mentioning dancing or tennis, for example, you need more than one person. Do you actually match people up? Like if somebody will say, I love tennis, but they want to play mixed doubles, do you find 3 other people? Do you put the 4 people together, or do they have to find other 3 people? How does that work in terms of partnering?
Well, we encourage people to find their own partners. But if someone, like in your, the situation you just said, I want to play doubles, I need a partner, we will most likely have other unpartnered athletes looking for partners, and we will match them up after registration has closed. Okay. But of course, we try to match them in the appropriate age groups and not, match a 40-year-old with a 70-year-old. That wouldn't work as well.
No.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that, Brady, because that segues nicely into my next question. I noticed in each of these events on your website, you've got like 40 to 45 and 45 to 49, and then 50 to 54, so on. Is that in every single category? You have all those age breakdowns, and yes, they're all the same. regardless of the sport.
hmm
They all have the
5
same
years,
age.
5-year age and gender groups for
Okay,
competition.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
Okay. On that note, we're going to take a brief sponsorship break.
Okay.
Please stay with us, folks. We're going to be right back.
Introducing Pacific Coast Capital, your partner in finance. We provide financing for your business. Speed, flexibility, and creativity are the foundation of our service. We'll help you navigate through change and opportunities. Our 90-plus years of experience ensures quick turnaround on loan decisions. Ride the wave to prosperity with us. Ready for new funding? Visit our website today at pacificcoastcap.com.
Welcome back, everyone, and I'd like to welcome back our special guest today, Liz Palmer, Treasurer of Silver State Games. Thanks for being with us today. And I like your T-shirt there with the inaugural Silver State Games. Now, last year's fall event, you had 20 different types of events. Then in many of these events, you've got breakdowns, and again, I keep mentioning dances, but you've got ballroom, belly dancing, cabaret, clog, club style, country, folk, hula, jazz, Latin, tap.
Mhm.
That's an awful lot just in the one category or one event.
Mhm.
And you've got 20. That's an incredible amount to oversee and coordinate.
Mhm.
I mean, that's about a dozen full-time jobs.
Oh, no, it's not. It's not quite as complex. We don't have, categories for each different genre of dance. As I mentioned, the dancers can enter with any type of category of dance that they wish. They are scored against themselves. So we don't have the best ballroom dance or the best gymnastic dance. We award gold, silver, and bronze based upon their judges' scores, and the judges score them on different categories such as technical ability, costume, entertainment value, that type of thing, and then they're awarded a score of 1 through 10. And I believe 90% and above is gold, 80 to 89 would be silver, 70 to 79 would be a bronze medal. So we could have multiple golds.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yes.
So it's not just one gold, one silver, one bronze.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was going to say, how can you judge belly dancing against ballroom dancing?
You don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes perfect sense.
Mhm.
So now you changed. You haven't announced the events at this point in time for the upcoming year. Who determines what events you're going to actually have? Is it a committee, or is it feedback from your seniors, public demand, if you will, or does the national organization determine what events you have to have? Who makes that?
Well, when you mention the national organization, yes, as a state, as a charter member, we are required to offer, I believe, 70% of the nationally contested competitions.
Okay.
We also have to offer at least one team sport. For us, it's softball. And we also take feedback from our athletes. We'd like to see this. In fact, weightlifting had been an event in previous years. We discontinued it because registration numbers and interest was flagging.
Yes.
So that's a criteria we use. Our registration numbers dropping. Is it popular? Is it not so popular? But then something else might be added. But weightlifting, we started getting interest again, and we added it this year in 2025. It was, shall we say, resurrected, and it was wonderful. It was wonderful. They had such a great turnout, and weightlifting will be continuing on.
Good, good. Now you have 20 different types. Are you locked into the number, or could you expand it if somebody came up with something else?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
With a very, very crucial part of it is having a sports coordinator.
Yes.
This is the person
Yes.
who oversees the sport, and each sport has at least one coordinator. Bigger sports might have, like an assistant coordinator, but that is the person who is the one who helps secure the venue and determines the schedule, and then is the point person for questions about the event, and then they are at the event and they run it.
That's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work, and that's a volunteer. That's a volunteer position. So it's a labor of love, and we so greatly appreciate our sports coordinators. They do a lot of work.
Now, if people actually, you said they don't have to sign up to go to the national contest, but if they do decide to go to the national contest, do they have to commit to travel and pay their own hotel expenses?
Mm-hmm.
Do
Yes,
they have
they do.
to commit at the beginning, or can they see how it goes and at the end of the year here say, hey, this was fun. I really want to go to the national one in 2027. Can they do that, or do they need to commit at the beginning?
No, they don't need to commit at all. We take the top 4 in each event, age and gender group, and those people qualify for nationals. And we send this list to the national organization, and they will email all these qualifiers saying, congratulations, you have qualified. They open up their registration, I believe it's February of the next year. So that would be 2027 when they would be able to sign up for the National Senior Games. And yes, it's all on the athlete's expense. We do not sponsor.
Okay.
But yeah, so, they can make the decision. And
Okay.
registration, I believe, is open until probably May. So they got a lot
They've got
of time to think about it. Yeah.
But now you said you submit 4 from each category.
Mm-hmm.
What if only 2 of them decide to go? Do you then get notified that only 2 people have signed up, and you then go to the next 2 people down the line in that category? Or
No.
So unless you make that top 4, regardless of how many actually show up,
Correct.
The national contest,
Correct.
the others
try again next year.
Okay. Now, is there a fee for participating in their chosen sports and activities?
Yes, we have a registration fee. You pay one registration fee, and that enables you to participate in as many sports competitions as you want for the Silver State Games. But then each sport has an event fee, which is much less than the registration fee. Our registration fee, I believe, was $45 last year. And of course, for that, we would, last year we gave T-shirts. We might be altering that this year and, giving out something else. We gave out welcome bags with samples from our sponsors. So you really do get something for your money.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Well, that's not a huge amount of money.
Well, there's a lot of administrative costs that these registration fees have to cover. The primary one is insurance. Our games, we make sure that all of our athletes are insured, against possible injury. And then we have medals that we award. We have to buy things
We're
like
going
that.
to talk about the medals.
Oh, yes, they're very fun, yeah.
Well, and I would imagine you have to pay some of the venues, I would suspect as well.
Some of them. No, we have a wonderful relationship with the city of Henderson, and they let us use their facilities free of charge. We love the city of Henderson. We get either inexpensive or free venues for probably about half our sports, but the other ones we do have to pay.
Okay, gotcha. Now, when are the dates going to be announced for this year's events in their categories?
April 1st is when our registration for 2026 will open up. So we will have our updated schedule probably about 2 weeks prior to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not too far off.
No, and we're very busy getting prepared for it. Yeah.
On that note, we're going to take another brief sponsorship break. Please stay with us, folks. We're going to be right back with Liz Farmer from Silver State Games.
Tariffs, pandemics, rising inflation. The Joshua Dowden team is ready when volatility happens. Markets fluctuate for reasons nobody can control. Don't let the headlines drive your financial plan. The Joshua Dowden team at Priority Wealth Partners has served Summerlin retirees for 3 decades. Our 5-tier risk management strategy matches our strategies with your goals, with plans designed for your assets to be there when you need them. Conveniently located at the heart of downtown Summerlin. Call Joshua Dowden today or visit DowdenFinancialServices.com.
Country roads take me home to the place where I belong, West Virginia, Mountain Mama. Comes a triple yodel. Adi-yodel-ay, the-little-lee-oh, the-little-lee-oh, oh-oh-wee.
welcome back, everyone. And I'd like to welcome back our special guest today, Liz Farmer from Silver State Games. Thanks again for being with us. Now, those who qualify for the National Games in 2027, where's that event going to actually be held?
It will be in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice place. And I think you addressed this in the last segment. Do you actually have a cutoff of numbers to participate in each of the games or events themselves?
No, the more the merrier. Come on in.
So, but then the top four,
Qualify.
you mentioned, they
Yes.
qualify as the top four from each category. Now, you have, as you said, gold, silver, and bronze medals that are awarded. And I see there's. Do you want to show us?
Yes,
there's a gold medal that you have here. So this is the gold medal that you actually have.
And I'd like to say a little bit about this gold medal. This is my gold medal.
Oh, congratulations.
Yes. I am a sprinter. I mentioned my sport is track and field. Hold this up here. And I won this in the 50-meter dash for women 65 to 69. And I'm very proud of that.
And rightly so.
Yes.
Rightly so.
Yeah.
And now, did you actually go to the national?
I did not.
event?
I went in 2022, but I find that just preparing for the games and the work that I'm doing for them, I'm sticking close to home. You know?
No, that's understandable. That's understandable. Now, where'd you get the judges come from for all these different events?
Well, some officials, such as swimming and track and field, are certified officials with the national governing body. So because those two are sanctioned events, we have to pay our officials. But other events, such as pickleball, we get volunteers from Southern Nevada Pickleball Association. They help us out a great deal. And then you mentioned dance, we have volunteer judges that have dance background, and they just volunteered their time.
Well, I know I keep harping on the dance, but again, you've got 12 different things there. Now, does each one of those categories in the dancing section, do they have to have their own sets of judges?
No. The judges have a very broad dance background.
Okay, gotcha. So, and now is it also up to the event coordinator to track down the judges?
Yes,
is that part?
that is it.
They've got a huge
They
responsibility.
do, but let me tell you a little bit about our dance competition because it was so well run and entertaining. It was at the Flamingo Library, or the Clark County Library on Flamingo. They have a beautiful theater, just a gorgeous theater, and my husband actually went. He said, "I'll stop by, see how it's going." I was the tabulator. The judges would give me their score sheets, and I put them on my, and get the total scores. But my husband stopped by and sat in the audience, and afterwards I came up to him and I said, "What did you think?" And he said, "That was so much fun." So I encourage everybody. Oh, and another thing, we do not charge admission. And there are no parking charges, no parking fees for any of our competitions. So they're very spectator friendly.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Now, when they give out these awards, is it all handled on the one night?
Yeah.
For one day?
Yeah.
So it's like the Oscars, this category, these are our finalists. And
Well, right at the end of the competition, like for dance, we had all the dancers come out on stage, and then we announced each of them, and we would say with a, composite score of 94, they were awarded a gold medal, and then of course they would do their bows and everything.
Yes.
So yeah, we try to make a fun, a big deal out of it. Yeah, it is a big deal. These people practice and rehearse, and we want to celebrate them.
Yes.
Yeah.
How, in all the events, do you have a rough idea of how many people actually participated in your fall events in 2025 in all the categories?
Well, I know we had, I believe, about 750 entrants.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
And that was a non-qualifying year. As I mentioned, even number years, like next year, will be a qualifying year, and our numbers tend to bump up then. So this was a non-qualifying year since the national competitions are in odd numbered years.
Yes.
So at the state level, you qualify for the nationals in an even numbered year.
Yes. Okay. So they'll be qualifying this year.
For
We're in 2026.
Yes, for
so
26, they will qualify for 2027 in
27.
Tulsa.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
Okay. Now, is there a pay staff, or are you totally manned by volunteers?
Well, probably about 90% volunteers.
Yes.
We do have an executive staff, our games director and our executive director, who are compensated and not nearly enough for the work they do. I'm
No,
just
I'm
going to
sure.
throw that out.
No.
But the rest of us are all volunteers. Our board of directors are all volunteers. Our sports coordinators are volunteers. And these are all people who do it because they believe in the mission of
Yes.
our organization.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Mhm.
That's amazing. Now, also, you do have some sponsors, and I assume you're looking for more sponsors.
Oh,
You're always looking for
absolutely.
sponsors.
We are looking for more sponsors.
What kind of requirements do you?
For our sponsors, well, you have to realize that we do have our focus towards mature adults, 40 and ages 50 and older. We typically had sponsors that either are health related or medical insurance related is another, for training reasons, for nutrition, or even for sports equipment.
Yes.
But they don't have to be that. Any
No.
type of sponsor is very welcome.
Sure,
Mhm.
absolutely. Now, I noticed you also had a store on your website.
Mhm.
Do you want to talk a little bit about the store and what kind of products you sell within the store?
Well, we have T-shirts, we have hats, we have sweatshirts and hoodies. And here's an example of one. I purchased this from our store. It's very vibrant, very lovely, and very popular items.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and the link to our store is on our website.
Website.
Mhm.
Yes, I saw that as an icon, so people can go on there and
Mhm.
purchase all kinds of goodies out
Yes.
there. Okay, now I know you have sponsors. And you have fees for people participating in the events, but as you said, there are a lot of overhead that it's not necessarily visible. How do you get funded? Do you get any government grants at all? Or?
No, we do not. No.
No.
Sponsors and registration fees are our source of funding.
Okay, do you just get any people just sending you a
Oh,
donation from
Yes,
time
we
to time?
do, and we greatly appreciate the
So-
generosity of our donors.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. And one final question. What would you say is the biggest challenge that you have actually faced in the organization?
Well, it seems like Nevada, our general area has a lot of nonprofits, very worthy nonprofits, and standing out and getting the attention we think we so richly deserve can be difficult. We always say, well, we're one of Nevada's best kept secrets, and we don't want to be anymore.
No.
I will say that, the mission of our organization drives us. Do you know that over 1/3 of Nevada's population is over the age of 50?
Yes, I can
And
believe that.
yeah, and we want to serve that demographic.
Yes.
And we do so by promoting a healthier lifestyle through our competitions and through helping to establish meaningful social connections by people competing at the Silver State Games.
Okay. Gotcha. Well, you said you're one of Nevada's best kept secrets. Well, we're hoping to break that secret.
Oh, we so appreciate
Let
it.
people-
Thank you.
Let people know, because I think you are providing a wonderful service and great for our senior community here in Las Vegas. And I'm one of them, and I should look about participating.
Oh, please do.
So, but before you leave, could you please give us the website address and your email address where people can actually reach out if they have questions? And I certainly encourage everyone to visit this website because it is an amazing website. It truly is.
Well, our website is silverstategames.com, and you'll find a plethora of information regarding our sports, our schedules, what we do, what we're about, our history, our board of directors. Please check out our website, silverstate.com, silverstategames.com, and find out more about us.
Okay. And your email address?
Our email address is silverstategamesnv@outlook.com. And may I say one more thing? When you mentioned volunteers, we are now soliciting interest for people who wish to join our board of directors. They have to be a Nevada resident. And if you are interested in finding out more about how to serve your community through being on the board of directors of the Silver State Games, please email us at silverstategamesnv@outlook.com.
Put in the subject, board of directors.
Board of directors, that would be great.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Liz, thank you so much for being with us here today, telling us about Silver State Games. It's an amazing organization. It looks like a lot of hard work, but a lot of fun.
Fun.
So thank you for doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
Congratulate your new CEO, Nellie, who I've been communicating with. Please congratulate her on
I will.
position.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And I'd like to thank John Stiles, our show's producer and station owner of WWDBTV. I'd also like to thank our sponsors, Priority Wealth Partners, Pacific Coast Capital, the Firelight Barn, and my late business partner, RJ Champion, whose legacy lives on in this program. You'll hear his message right at the end here. I'd also like to thank friends of the Gift of Giving. These are the anonymous donors that help keep this program on the air. And finally, I'd like to thank you, the viewers, for tuning in. If you have any questions or comments, please reach out to me, Stephen at thegiftofgiving.vegas. I'd certainly love to hear from you. And if you know of anybody, any senior in particular, who could benefit from this organization or who's very active in sports or who would like to be active, please share this interview with them. I think they will be in for a real treat if they join up and participate. Thanks again for joining us today. Be safe, be kind to one another, and hopefully we'll see you back here soon. Bye for now.
Mr. R.J. Champion is proud to sponsor WWDB-TV's series, The Gift of Giving, and wishes the program much success. Congratulations and gratitude to the featured guests and the organizations they represent. Our community is well served by your tireless efforts to make Nevada a better state for all its residents.